Hello and welcome to Office Hours with Amber. I'm Amber and this is Office Hours. It is week 47, 50, 50? We're in week 50? I don't know. We made it this far. God bless. We're going to see if the audio is working, then the phone will be away. But we have some special treats for you today. We, as in me. Party of one. Welcome to Office. Audio's good. Phone's away. Hell yeah. Okay. Last week was a fever dream. The last 2 weeks have been a fever dream, and I still think I'm recovering. Oh, Harry, the Amber Johnson. Yeah, which is like saying the Jane Doe. So last week I tried to ramble out of my brain as much as I could, but what I didn't get the chance to talk about was Burning Clippy. So today I have made a 13-minute recap video. And of course, I love watching my own videos. Did I just make this in the last 2 hours? Yes, I did. But it's fun and cheeky and a little bit more behind the scenes of the footage I didn't want to accidentally show. Don't worry, everyone. None of the very drunken videos have made it into this clip. The pool party did make it into the video. I tried to spare everyone. I tried to paint everyone in a very beautiful tone. So first 15 minutes, we're going to watch this video and kind of go through that. And then afterwards, I'm going to give kind of my post-mortem, my year in review. The next 2 weeks of Office Hours with Amber, essentially next week, I'm going to try to compile a kind of recap video of the whole year in review. And then the last week of the year, I'm going to be doing a 2026 planning something. We're taking it literally 1 hour at a time. So without further ado, we've got some nonsense. Oh, Eric, you are featured. Get that so clear. You are featured a lot in the swimming videos. I didn't get the best video of the backflip, but there's definitely some good Eric content in here. Okay, if the audio gets too loud or too quiet, adjust on yours. I am not the driver of this bus. Okay, let's do it. I didn't say this was edited. I also did not say this was edited well. I'm just saying it was edited. So good luck.
It's 1 in the morning, and I need to be up at 6 to get cute. By 8, pass out flyers before people get there. And I'm looking crusty. And I also need to practice my presentation. Make sure it's actually an hour long, because I'm really nervous. It's gonna be way too long. Your girl loves to yap. Also, a moment for the nails. They're glued to my skin and they hurt. The acne is so great. Oh my god, what are you doing over here?
I really am starting off at a good moment.
And there's one. Is that? Well, tomorrow's the day.
It is Monday. I'm gonna give the most fucking wicked presentation of my life. Uh-oh. I love those earrings. Hope that worked. Hello everyone. It's an honor to be in full fucking glam at 6 a.m. on a Monday. Good morning, party people. It's time to party.
I go deep, so deep till you see count sheet, wake you up from you don't want me had to show ya how freak shit act when I ain't sober.
Oh my gosh,
Look
Esther,
at the
hi.
speaker, sparkly boots, all the microphones and stuff, she's a celebrity.
Klinsmann was hyping me up. So dumb.
She's in the zone.
Man, when they opened that bar, my heart opened up. It was like, oh, there is a God. Get ready with me. I'm a little hungover, but this part's so whack.
Never announced before, so. Okay, preface, I know nothing about makeup, and everything I've learned is almost entirely against my will, so. And they were girl, sweaty girl. Oh, Maybe I should have dried my hair first. Beautiful. Skipping Hamilton. Ooh, you're about to see the magic. Is there more of you? Yeah, we'll just have a little support feet. Dent. And then you let that fucking dry. Meantime, jump scare. You just flip some stuff around. That was crazy. Fabulous. So I, just found out that blush is a thing that I'm allowed to use. This is the foundation for the house to be built. Do I look beautiful?
So silly.
This is too dark. This is the tightest faja any faja has ever faja'd in his life. It's crazy, you drink 17 vodkas and apparently it goes right to your stomach. And then, if you look really close, you can see everything going on my pores. Yeah, I look crazy. Also, tubing mascara, huge. I love it so much. She does not move. I look like a pretty girl. Ooh. And I bought the tester on accident. Looked clean enough. None of my business. This is a news. How do we get in? There we go. Now, swipe, swipe, dab. Question your choices, dab. Question your choices again. Dab, dab. I can do this. Swipe, swipe, dab, dab, dab. Fuck. That is my experience with blush so far. Swipe, dab. See? Life. Dab, dab. Swipe. Don't get crazy. Oops. Oops, too low. Prayer. I'm a pretty girl. Oh, she's a pretty girl. Thank you for coming to Just Get Ready With Me. I'm Amber. Bye.
If you guys haven't noticed, I edit videos to make me laugh. So if you guys laugh, that's a secondary bonus.
Guys, big news. This is the closest I'm ever going to be to living out my Taylor Swift dreams. So, tune in.
Tubing mascara is the best. 100%. 10 toes down. Agreed. Oh, they're so cool.
Give me the inside scoop. What's going on?
Sure thing. So, Tim, will you do autographs? You're really famous.
Sure thing.
$100. Venmo to @amjamber. Thanks.
We're finding out we can't hear the casters yet. In the meantime, does anyone have a favorite Excel function in the audience? Maybe right here. NPV, ooh, niche. NPV is niche. Bot text. I'm going to Google that later. Fantastic. Imaginary sum. Fantastic. Yeah, I think he's messing with me. You're taking advantage of the weak here. How dare.
Hello. Okay. Hello. Looks like we are back on.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Go.
Back up to the caster booth one more time.
I had to capture the one moment I saved the day. Didn't happen often, and I fucked up most of my lines, but this one was my moment. Sorry for your ears.
Let's go, Jeremy!
Show a bit about your background and your life and your experience. And my background is a Kiwi, a proud Kiwi.
The first time you tried
So we still got a competition going on here. So, okay. Yeah, that's right. So we need a point second, 8 more points. We'll likely do that. But Hog.
There's a lot going on right now. Tell us all about it.
There's a lot going on. I was not expecting this. Entire world.
I'm like sitting here cheesing as if I haven't seen this 60 times.
Sausages.
Oh.
I have just murdered Amber.
He took advantage of the vulnerable. I was on the way to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did this
You were
go?
not in the bathroom. The rules said not in the bathroom.
No. Status update for the friends and fam. It is 2:30.
I tried to record like 4 different videos. Oh, great clip here. I was trying to be like end of day, Instagram, blah, blah. And I filmed it 4 times and I was so obliterated in all of them. I watched it back and I was even giggling inside of it. And I was like, I can't post this. And so now it's here
in Vegas. I did my emceeing for the MECC finals tonight. We're done. Taylor Swift's son.
How you guys trusted me with a bus is crazy. Y'all are crazy for that. Oh my god, I miss it. Can we go back right now? We have so many options. And we chose to watch Excel. So, Eric, snoozing. Sorry. Not sorry.
This is an accident when he crashes into a bike as he was making an unexpected.
Hello everyone. We're in Zion, Utah. A group of 30 of us from the Excel community have taken a little trip to hang out. The community is delicious. We love it. There's some people hiking right now. I could not be bothered. I'm doing my 2026 planning for the year, so I'm super excited.
Boring.
It's like beautiful outside. I mean, this is not happening in Michigan, so.
Personal reenactment. Can you put it with the caption, who needs an active cell ticket?
I've never seen him smile like that, to be honest.
Oh my god!
It's Layla Garani, what we're cheering for.
Eric's the real star of the show. I'm so blessed that I made everyone play the fingers game. If you're unfamiliar with the fingers game, everyone puts a finger in on a cup, usually a shot of something, unless you're Eric and then you have a lemon, but you put your finger on it and whoever's left in at the end, you don't want to be the last person in. You go 3, 2, 1, you either pull a finger or leave it. You get to choose, but you have to guess how many fingers are left in. The dumbest game on the planet, and I have the smartest people on the planet playing it, and it warms my heart.
3, 2, 1, 2.
This is quite the picture.
You didn't know what that case was.
Again, the smartest people. I walk out and you're all watching brain rot on the TV. It was so fun.
Standing up.
Pool party! Let's go! This was so fun.
Dragon fruit lettuce. Strawberry apple.
Again, smartest people doing dumb shit. So good. Of course, mine's blurry. Esther, you had the best dive. Hey, Ben. And then look at his legs. Esther, a queen. The backwards were really trippy. The splashes at this point in the day were so exciting. Also hilarious. Oh, there's the backflip that I barely got. And your glasses. Oh, wait, we must go back. Wait, okay, wait, here we go. And then look at the glasses. They stay put. They're right here. This was the best one. The best video of all of them. Like, how beautiful is that? And it just kept coming out. Now, to be fair, after this, we all get really super duper drunk. So the video is cut a bit short because I wanted to respect everyone's privacy. Eric is the true daredevil of the group.
So essentially it's like this. So I get the ball in the hole. Yeah. Or you see those little white things. Yeah. So they're magnetic.
We want to see the video.
First murder of right there. It was.
I was going to the bathroom. Oh my god.
Oh, that Harry like people trying to figure out what the C in Harry C. Watson is so funny. It was like Harry Costco Watson, Harry Clockwise Watson, Harry Carne Asada Watson. Oh, double down. Jack's presentation was amazing. And you're one of the best speakers, like the tone and the vibes and like getting people kind of like in with you. Oh, and blew mine out of the water. That was great. Literally so precious. Also, Esther in the humble MVP shirt is hilarious. Good, Jack. Your ego should feel good because you did awesome.
Here we are, short.
Okay, that's it. Yes, so I think that was a pretty good summation of why I was running on damn fumes. Now, you didn't see, what you didn't see is the like metric 1 gazillion drinks I had. And I feel like, oh yeah, I did leave that in. That's hilarious. Okay. Anyways, my brain's gonna go somewhere with these thoughts. Yes, Esther, I'm so sorry. And I actually filmed a way more, and Esther, we have like a 15-minute conversation, but it is, even I was like, I'm too drunk for this. This is, yeah, Saturday night, off limits. I was like, that's between them and God, especially me, because I was nuts. But yeah, so I think actually making that video and taking all those videos and looking back at it actually like somehow saved my brain a little bit. Oh wait, one sec. I love that we were in the pool all day and all of a sudden the documentary crew showed up and we looked like Drowned Rock. Yes, we literally like, and they were like, okay, Bobergs, are you ready for your shots? And they're like, I guess we'll get ready. Okay. So I have to be honest about kind of what's been going on since we left Vegas. So the nice thing is like, one, I'm so happy that you guys are on the chat right now because it's just like reconnecting my brain to all the happy moments of the trip. And like the trip went great. Like did my presentation, did my did the emceeing, didn't fuck that up. I don't think I let anyone down. Like we had such a great time on the trip. There was literally zero drama other than people getting assassinated. Also, that's hilarious. 12 drinks per day. I think I drank for me and Eric. So you can average us out. That's so funny. Finding the video of the presentation. I have little clips of yours, Jack, that I can send you after, but the vibes were high and I was hooting and hollering from the back. It truly was the best trip. And it's tough because there's 3 parts of my brain that are fighting right now. There's the dopamine brain, and I'm going to not look at the chat for a little while because I know if I keep looking at your stuff, I'm not going to like spit my truth. But okay, so when you're on such a dopamine kick for like 7 straight days with like no sleep, another club, another bus, another drink, another this, and then like it was so much fun. But like coming back to Michigan and it's 0 degrees and I'm cold, I get home at like 7 a.m. on Monday and go immediately back into work. It was like very jarring. Usually I don't have that hard of a crash afterwards, but I was even talking to my mom and she's like, I love whenever you come back from your Excel trips because you just look like so much more vibrant and happy and excited. And that's very, like, it's extremely true. And this year I think was tough on me a little bit because the MC stuff I had to do took me away from the conference a lot. And that's where I get like really inspired because I get to hear like creative ideas from everyone. And like the competition is great, but it's not as like one-on-one or like kind of informative. And like there's no real, like you could talk to people in the audience, but it's kind of tough to like have those, everyone's kind of grouped up at the event, so it's hard to be like, hey, can I come sit with you, which you can, like, and I did. It's more of like there's only so many seats, whereas at the conference in those like 15-minute intervals between the speakers, like there's so much time that you can just go up to anyone and be like, hey, I heard about this thing and I'd love to talk to you about it. So I'm kind of bummed about that, but still got a lot out of the conference, got to have so many good conversations. And like how there's not like a really cute way to say this, but like I don't really talk about my personal, I talk a lot about my life, don't get me wrong, but like dating and stuff I really just keep off of this. But it was like probably 2 or 3 months ago I went through like one of the hardest situationship breakups ever, and it's like my like ability to be open with people or like kind of connect with people was shut all the way off. And I bring that up because although I did have like nice warm moments, like I kind of, and this is going to come out crazy, but I'm like, I want to say it now so that when I look back on this a year from now, I'm like, wow, what a dumb idiot for being upset about this. Or like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, this is just my internet diary and we're just going to throw it out there. But anyways, like how I imagine myself is this like river, like just water that flows. Like I'm just going with the flow most of the time. And everyone sees kind of chill, normal, go with the flow, Amber, easy breeze. But there's an undertow that nobody really knows about that's like deeply anxious, deeply depressed, deeply like, it's as if, you know, like ducks when they're like swimming in the water, above the water, the ducks like chilling, just easy breeze. But like under the water, their little feet are kicking around. That's kind of like what my brain is like all the time. And so I'm like constantly looking around and like waiting for people to figure out that I'm like nothing and empty. And I know this like took a very like harsh turn, but like what's tough is as I like kind of excel in the Excel community and like get to do presentations and get to do emceeing, and like the more people actually get to know me and like talk to me more, I'm like, oh, surely like that's the end. The end is near. they're going to get to know me and then it's going to be over. Like, like there's going to be this like shoe that drops that just goes, oh, we know too much now. And like, no, thank you. And I know that's dysphoric and not real, but coming back from Vegas and having so much dopamine and then having no dopamine, I was like, oh, everybody hates me and I'm never going to speak to these people again, which is completely insane. Like, can we get real? You know what I'm saying? And so that's where it's a weird, I wanted to like be open about that because I think if I'm feeling it, I'm sure someone else is feeling it, even though like I've got a strange brain. Like it's just tough, like going from such a high to such a low when you're already like your baseline day to day is already pretty low. But honestly, this is going to sound crazy, but doing that recap video and like looking through all the memories, although I was completely dissociated from my body in that moment and like completely like I remember having those memories, but like I also don't remember feeling anything in those times, which is weird because, oh, hi, Mom. Thanks for coming. I think you knew I was going to crash out, so she's on standby. The real MVP of the last 2 weeks has been Mama Johnson, because when I had that panic attack after the MC thing, when I was like ass backwards, like when I had stayed up for 30 hours, and I'm sweating right now. I stayed up for 30 hours. I did like such a shit job at the first rehearsal, and nobody can tell me otherwise because y'all weren't there, and I was, and it was so bad. I called my mom after, and she was like, perhaps a nap and perhaps a snack. And I was like, hadn't considered that to be an option. So shout out Mama Johnson, you're the best. And even when I got back, I was like, I think all my friends hate me. And she's like, perhaps another nap, perhaps another snack. Go make your bed. So she's the real homie. But yeah, so I wanted to be kind of open about that experience because that shit rocked me pretty good. And it was tough because this only comes once a year. And it was like, it sucked that I was kind of like my friend on her wedding day. Like I could see she like wasn't in her body and brain. Like I could see that she wasn't there. Like you can kind of tell when someone's like lights are on, but like no one's here. And I think I was fighting. And this is also similar to the Taylor Swift concert, which is super funny. And also if you haven't seen the docuseries, go watch it. Come back. When I went to the Taylor Swift concert, it was such a euphoric experience, and that was 2024. Such a euphoric experience. I sat there for 3 hours and I was like, Amber, this isn't a simulation. Like, this is not a, you're alive and you're right here and this is happening. And like, she's right there and you're right here and people are here. And like, what's going on? And like, it's a weird moment to like feel that you're out of your body, but you're in it. So I've never experienced anything like that. But a lot of the conference, I feel like I was talking to people and I was hearing things, but nothing hit, like nothing got in at all. And so I'm really glad that I've been able to like connect with people on LinkedIn, and I've been seeing a lot of like people posting their pictures, and so thankful that there's photos and videos to like jog my memory of the events, because obviously I was a little drunk and I was also a little like emotionally dissociated from pretty much everything. And I'm so blessed that we did the Burning Clippy trip, because if it would have just been the conference and then just gone to poof nothing, I would have been destroyed. Like, it was so nice to like connect with the 30 people that were able to go on the trip and like build better relationships there. And like, truly the people in this community are what make the whole thing fun. And like, I'm endlessly inspired by all these people. So thankfully this week, I've just been like observing a lot of my thoughts and a lot of the dysphoria that surrounds them. I'm sweating. But yeah, it was kind of an interesting little circumstance. Yes, Ben, shout out Ben De Leon. I can't say your last name without putting a little twang on it. But he did the best planning I've ever seen for a group trip. He had a whole PDF with like Wi-Fi codes, the address, the codes to get in, like all the eating schedules. Like, he planned the fuck out of it. He was like, here's your rental, drive these people. Boom. That's all I had to do. Now that drive back, I don't think we have not talked about this. Okay. I don't think Jeremy's on here, but if you watch this, you're on my list. So, okay. the day that you didn't see, so we got through to Sunday, we wake up and Sweet Jack, she was like, hey, everyone's worried you're not going to get up in time. And I've got like one eyeball open. I am pretty drunk. And I'm like, don't you worry about me. I'll be up. It's like we have to be out the door at 9 and it's 8:50 and I bundle I just shove everything into my bags and I'm cross-eyed and my equilibrium is not there. And I'm about to drive a bus of 15 people, 10 people, 2 hours. Horrible. So I'm also, this is so TMI, but I was having some form of I was about to poop my pants and my cramps were like, I was contracting. Like my entire uterine system was like, I was giving birth every 5 minutes. Literally, I was like, oh, I'm going to poop my pants on the side of the mountain with 2 Microsoft Excel world champions in my car. I was like, there's a honestly, okay, we get in the TMI van. We're going for a trip. Okay. De Leon. Oh, okay. Okay. Get ready for this. So I don't have a gallbladder. Mama J, you know what that's about. I don't have a gallbladder. So if I eat weird stuff, like if I eat something too salty, too sweet, too creamy, too whatever, I am going to be in the bathroom 30 minutes from them. So every morning, everyone's like, do you want breakfast? And I'm like, I can't have breakfast because I know what kind of day I'm about to have. And I like can't have anything in my system. So when I travel, I don't eat either. So okay, we bundle everyone up in the vans and I'm every 5 minutes, like we're inching towards like the gas station. I go with that one. We get on the highway. We get immediately off the highway because I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom, but it keeps being nothing. So I'm like, all right. So Ashley generously had gum and Dim generously had some tissues and I had my whole kit ready. Basically anytime I'm in the car with a new person, I have to go through my like play-by-play of like options. If you're on the road, is there a gas station? If not a gas station, is there anything in the car? Or rather, before I even get into the car, is there a shoulder you can pull off onto? If there's not a shoulder, like what is there, like, is it a busy enough road that would be an issue? If not, what's in the car? What could you, like, there's a whole checklist to this because since 17, I have had to be on high alert for my gastrointestinal situations. Cornfields hate to see me coming. So I'm a pro at this and it sounds funny, but like, this is my life. So I'm again, like, I'm not trying to make it everyone's issue, but Jarman's next to me and I'm just like, I don't think I'm going to make it. Anyway, so every 5 minutes I'm contracting, my whole uterus is giving up on me. And I'm like, okay, well, this just might be the moment. So we're driving. It's been an hour and 15 and we're going through the mountains and we got through the tough part. And that's where it literally looks like AI. Like the mountains are like, whoa, like that's how I feel when I'm driving. And I'm like, Amber, focus. So I'm white knuckling. My uterus is crazy. I'm seeing AI and I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I get an hour and 15 of this 2-hour drive. This is very important because Jeremy, I'm coming for your ass. So I hear a phone call, ring, ring, ring. And Jeremy's like, oh my gosh, I do have the keys to the other van. You know what that means? We had to turn that van around and drive 30 minutes back into the mountains. And my butt is not doing okay. So I'm like, and you want to know what in the mountains are crazy. And the thing about the mountains is they don't have great shoulders. So if I was in a pinch, I would have had to just do it in the car and that would have ruined me. I think it would have been funny, but like, anyway, so we turn around and I'm like entering a meditative state so deep in my heart and my soul. I'm like, nobody can even bother. I'm like, I'm good. We have to drive 15 minutes in one direction to go, then 30 minutes in the other direction. God bless, Eric, you drove much further and much faster than we could because that van did not go, like it went 75 and that's about it. We exchanged keys. I try to go to the bathroom again, nothing. I'm just still having contractions. And so then turn that bus around. We have another hour, perhaps hour 10 left to drive to the airport. By the time we got to the airport, I was so blessed to be like within access of a bathroom. So blessed. Ashley said the best part was when I watched him put his hand on the outside of his pocket to feel for them. You could hear keys jingle ever so slightly, and his face basically went white. He was doing 90. It all worked out, and thank God Jarman's flight was super duper delayed. But yeah, so we get to the airport. Ashley and I start zipping off, and I don't realize that we're not all going to the same terminals. So I just bounced. Like, Ashley and I just walked our way, and we got to the check-in counter, and you can only show up, like, you can only check in your bags, like, I could hear his face go white. I could hear his face go white because my face went white. I crack of the eye, looked behind me at him, and I was like, and I didn't, because I knew he already felt bad, so I didn't say nothing because I was like, I get it. That happens. There's nothing we could do. I said a little prayer. I was like, Amber, just don't poop your pants in this car. You got too many very intelligent people. They're going to hold on to this memory forever. Regardless, they heard me talk about it forever, so God bless. We get to the airport. You can't check your baggage in more than 4 hours in advance, but the lady was like, hey, we're going to put you on standby to Chicago Midway. Did you have to wait for ages for a bus? Oh, for the rental place. Yes. We did have to wait for the rental, like the terminal buses for Terminal 1. But at that point, I was just so blessed to be out of that car that I was like, time was a figment of my imagination. So the lady at the check-in counter was like, oh, we'll just put you on standby. Your bags will get there probably much earlier than you will, but like you can just hop from standby to standby, and then if not, you just get on your flight. So instead of flying out at 6:50, I flew out at 2:50, which was so blessed because I was so hungover to pieces and I needed a nap stat. So I somehow like manifested getting on that 2:50 flight. I got, what did I do? They said it's fully booked, don't bet on it. And then I stood there and I was like kind of eyeing them down, but like not so like shitty, like just like more like this. I'm sure they were like, get the weirdo off this bus. Got caught by the line monitor person and got publicly shamed. Why shamed? Wait, line monitor person. Oh, wait, yes. The bus line monitor lady, she was doing a hell of a job. But yes, I got on the plane and I manifested my way in. But the problem with that is that the train left the station without me. Oh, the problem with the 250 is that my friend couldn't pick me up because if we remember the beginning of the week, I flew out of Grand Rapids instead of Chicago. So my car wasn't there. So I had to wait for my friend to pick me up. And that's like a 2-hour drive to there to come get me. So her bar closes at 10:30. So she ended up getting there 2 hours after I had landed. But I just sat there in complete silence, just with my thoughts. And that's when my anxiety started. But then she got me home. My business partner picked me up that morning, and then we went right into the work week. Not so bananas. But yeah, so quite the week we've had. I imagine, and now I'm stepping back into like the more sad, sappy, whatever, but we watched a couple try to skip the line and do the other shorter one. It was funny when the bus line attendant lady was like, and we're all getting on this, we're all going to the same place, so do we need to fight about it? Her attitude, like she must have every trick in the book for disarming people or like being like, guys, can we get a life? It was so funny. But yes, okay. That concludes the Vegas trip. And now kind of reflecting on kind of the year or the last few months preparing for this conference and, you know, everything that went into it. It's weird to like, I don't know what I was expecting to feel afterwards. Like, oh, this is going to unlock like thousands of dollars of sales and people are going to want to like line up to use my services or whatever. And like, that's not how that works. It's like, yes, I have built some public credibility and, everything I did, like I I'm proud of the efforts I put in. And it took me a minute to like actually sit with the pride I felt, because I'd like to operate with an abundant mindset. And what I mean by that is I don't like to overindulge on positive or negative feedback, because each one is fleeting, but that leads to me undervaluing a lot of my accomplishments over time. And so I like never gave myself a little parade for it, which is like a silly thing to say, but like if we look back, it's like 2023 Amber would be shitting her pants knowing that I was presenting this year at this conference. And to professional speakers or people who speak all the time or get invited to speak all the time, that's not a big deal. But for me in this space with people I highly respect, I think it's okay to like admit that was kind of a big deal and like that I'm really excited about it. I was talking about it all year, but it's like to really sit with the moment and say like, wow, I'm proud of myself. I have no beverages. I usually drink water to get through sappy times. Oh, I'm so fucked. Anyways, yes, I am Amber and I am proud that I did the damn thing. So that was great. And of course, this is kind of, there's two sides. There's the part that's like really proud of myself and I'm like happy that I did it. And I'm like, I now have like a really solid presentation that I could use over and over and over again. And I really solidified a lot of, and I don't want to call it research, but like I really did some hardcore self-analytics and research about how the ADHD brain interacts with growing, learning, and like task initiation. And I built like the growth equation, value, accountability, novelty, capacity, like that I'm really proud of. And it's something that I foresee myself. It wasn't just like when I was at Anheuser-Busch and I did a presentation for a ton of people, it was presenting the work I was already doing. And it was like, oh, educate people on stuff you do. And it never felt like, it always felt like it was never my process. Like, obviously I was a forecaster and then I was a manager of a forecasting team and I was like the subject matter expert on this thing, but I didn't create forecasting and I didn't create like the idea of inventory management, but I was the subject matter expert, so I could present all day on it. So like I never felt that like sense of pride in that because that wasn't intellectually mine. And I'm not saying that growth, like my equation is mine, but I've not seen it before. So it's like Office Hours with Amber is completely mine. And it's weird to like get invited to speak about my business, my case study, my live stream, and my equation for growth, which is weird. And I'm grappling with that in this moment. At least my eyes look pretty and sparkly right now because I'm a little girl. Anyways, and also I'm taking in the kind things in the chat, but I'm also ignoring it because I have to make it through the next 16 minutes. But hold it together, woman. Anyways, it's interesting to reflect and say like, wow, cool. Like thoughts that were entirely, I'm not saying entirely organic, but like built by the community we've built here. Because a lot of what I've said is the amalgamation of Esther, Jack, Ashley, Emily, Eric, like Harry, like you guys coming together and like inspiring the things that I learned this year and being able to, the iterative things that we were able to bounce off each other in our perfectionist conversations and our accountability conversations, talking about novelty, that's all you guys. And so it's like cool that I could somehow alchemize our group experience and make it into a presentation that's going to help so many like neurodivergent women. That was my primary focus. I took a video right before the conference and I was like, and I'm going to keep that one to myself because it's so lame. But I basically, I basically was like, I'm not trying to make 300 people convinced that they could do anything. I want to hopefully encourage 1 to 5 women with ADHD that they can do anything the fuck they want. And I think I accomplished that goal, which is nice. And I see the kind comments and I'll read them afterwards because otherwise I'll implode. So I'm happy that I accomplished my goal. And like, I'm sad I was dissociated for a lot of it, but at least I served the mission and purpose that I came out to do. And I keep grappling with tears because it's just like, there's a quote on, so in the last few months while I was making this presentation and like working through like this case study, I kept coming back to like, why am I doing this? Like, who cares? Because a lot of the times I feel like, who cares? But I was working with ChatGPT, can't take ownership for this, but like my biggest value is radiance. And it sounds silly the way I'm saying it, but like the more I lean into and this is all going to sound so crackpot, but whatever. I recognize that I have a weird magnetic quality that when used for good is good. I spread a lot of warmth and happiness and light when I'm okay. When I'm not okay, I am a doom cloud that completely eviscerates and levels people. And it's tough when I can feel the doom cloud and I have to like disconnect from myself to make sure I don't hurt everyone else around me with like my doom and gloom. And so me and ChatGPT were cooking with that. And so basically radiance is like, if I live by my values, I emit better energy and I radiate better energy. We'll put it that way. So embody radiance is on this little, if you look right there, there's a little thing that says embody radiance. But I have this little thing that's up here that says your job isn't to make yourself. Okay, I wrote this at 2:02 a.m. on 11/1. Your job isn't to make yourself easier to see, it's to stay visible long enough that the right eyes can adjust to the light you already give off. We'll put that there. 11/1, 2:02 a.m. And what I realized is that this conference is not about making everyone see me. It's about staying up there long enough, confidently enough you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wanted to help some ADHD women live happier lives, and I think I did that. So YOLO, we ball, we're back in. What a trip. And we still have 12 minutes. Let's see what else I got in the tunnel. Oh, she's dying. Anyways, I'm proud that I was able to deliver, and I watched back my speech and I was actually like pretty stoked about it. I would say like I have like flashbacks back to I wish I had water. I looked back at, so funny story, back at Anheuser-Busch, I mean, I'm a little wackadoo now, and I definitely was then, but I kind of was put in positions before I was ready for them. So I was the manager. I was like half-ass manager of the team because the guy who was a manager left, but they had no manager money. So they like waited like, way too long for me. Like, so I was operating as a forecaster, but also leading the team. Oh my gosh, Daniela, you're watching me sob in here. I'm just kidding. It's nice to see you guys. Okay. Back at Anheuser-Busch, I was never, they don't give you professionalism training, and I've never been professional, like deemed like super professional ever. I get away with murder because I am a human and I am so blatantly honest about my fuck ups and like, sorry, my mess up, whatever. I can say whatever I want. I'm so blatantly honest about where my gaps are and like what's wrong. And at that time in Anheuser-Busch, it was not, that was pretty, I wouldn't say taboo, but it wasn't like super widely loved. And I was like, well, we can't solve a problem if you don't know there's a problem. And here is all of my problems. So a lot of times when you're presenting to senior leadership, they don't care about your problems. But my brain, my boss was a yes man, but he never told me, here's how you present like a professional. So I went on this GM call, and I remember it clear as day. I'm presenting to all of the wholesalers, general managers. There's like 10 of them. And I'm giving the news as the news. I'm spitting my game, and I know exactly what I'm talking about, and I can spit it all day. But I present like this, a little rough around the edges, and like I kind of talk like a rural convenience store owner. Like I'm just spitting, you know? And afterwards, one of like the VPs went to my boss and was like, that girl's a train wreck. And I, for the rest of my time at Anheuser-Busch, continually got, you need to be more professional. You need to be more professional. All the time. And I was like, guys, you either like my brain and me or neither. Like there's not going to be like, you don't pay me enough to put on a show. Now, over time, I got better. And so looking back at that presentation, I was like, they can suck my ass. That was the perfect picture of exactly who I am, how I do things, how my business runs, and how I talk about stuff. The VP is a car crash. And that's like, if we truly get down to the brass tacks of what peachy profitability is, profitability, successful business metric. Peachy is the human, warm, fuzzy aspect of humanity of the people that run successful businesses. And so really it was nice that like kind of all roads led to the same precipice point. It was like that presentation. So although for other people, they might have made it the week before and just, you know, it didn't have to be this big monument for most people. I'm okay with admitting it was a monument for me. So, and I'm sure like Amber a year from now is going to look back at this video and be like, oh, she's got so much more coming her way. This is just the beginning, which I know it is. Because like, not unfortunately, it's just like, the way I've manifested this year, and like, if we really start totaling it up, and I talked to my mom about this, we got a few clients for Peach Profitability, did 48, well, now 50 weeks of a live stream, which I've never done a live stream consistently before, or anything that consistently before. Went to London, the Global Excel Summit, met some of the most brilliant people there, helped my friend plan her wedding, a 300-person wedding, got 30 girls on and off an island for a bachelorette party, did 2 senior design projects with Western Michigan, got the Emerging Alumni Award at Western Michigan, got invited to be on the engineering advisory board at Western Michigan, planned a 40-minute workshop with worksheets, giveaways, a program to follow afterwards, sparkly boots. We organized 3 sparkly outfits, made it to Vegas, emceed, and drove a 15-person bus. I really had to like total it all up to like really look back and say like, oh shit, I did a lot this year. No wonder I'm fucking tired. And I think this is a good moment to like, this comes back to the marathon runner idea, is like, when someone runs a marathon, at the end of the marathon, they think they're going to have a rest day. They're going to eat some pasta. They're going to sit in bed. They're going to ice their feet. I think the problem I'm having right now is I ran this crazy marathon, and of course, everyone was like more than welcoming and like cheering me on. And there's still a loneliness to it. And then I got back to work, and it's like, oh, this was like, you're not the marathon's not over. Like even though I got like the primary businesses over the like some pretty extreme milestones, we have so many big milestones coming, and there's so much work to do to make sure that Peachy profitability remains like viable. And there's now like all of life comes back in, and I'm gonna in the next 2 weeks, then like Off Stars of the Amber is gonna be a bit more like kind of rough around the edges. We'll see if I can make a cute video, but I still have to get 2026 ready, and I started doing my 2026 business planning, and then I got immediately overwhelmed. So I think the next week I'm going to try to like take it pretty easy, because 2026 is going to be even bigger. And it's hard to think about right now because I've been so dissociated from my body, my mind, my spirit, my everything. I was like, I'm going to glaze past how big of a moment this was, because I'm like not even in my body right now. This has been a whole sob story. But anyways, I'm taking today to watch all the videos back and like watch all the presentations and like get all the way into it, so that I don't get to like next year and be like, wow, I never looked back, or like I never sat with it. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna read the comments now, and I'm not gonna cry. Oh my gosh, you guys are literally so sweet. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, love Brian. I'll have to message him. I think I'm glad. Okay, Eric, I'm glad that you caught the bit of me laying on stage. That was my favorite part. Or like that was like, I didn't have a lot of physical comedy into it, but I wanted to like jive around on it. Such an inspiration. You sparkle just like your sparkly boots. Oh my gosh, you guys are too nice to me. Okay. I'll read those later. Anyways, yeah, I'm excited because if I could do all of that this year while planning my friend, like helping my friend plan her wedding, like this year without the wedding, which didn't really take that much time. And but that's the problem, is I always say like, oh, well, that didn't really rock me too much. It's like, no, Amber, you were busy. So I'm excited to see what kind of projects this next year brings. And I've got so many things coming up. If anyone's watching and lives in Australia or New Zealand, I will be there from January 15th to February 1st. And then, which I'm very open to any professional or romantic opportunities there. I'm just kidding. And then I'll be potentially going to the Global Excel Summit in May. I need to pick up 2 more clients, and then I'll feel comfortable with that. And then, of course, I'll be back in Vegas next year. But then I'm like, well, what would be like presentation worthy next year? And it's like, Amber, how about we just sit with this year for a little bit? So that's what I'm going to do. But if I think I'm going to probably ask everyone from the Clippy video if they're okay with being posted on my YouTube. But I might post that as its own like one-off video, because I just want to keep watching it. It was such a fun video. I might add more stuff to it. Anyways, okay. Well, it is 7:59. Thank you guys all for being here. This is probably the most viewership I've gotten on a live stream. So I think we all wanted to like relive some of those moments, because I know I did. Esther, I absolutely will come see you in London. I just need to make more money. So if Operis needs a consultant, no, I'm just kidding. But I'm not kidding. But I am kidding. Okay. I'm going to go eat some dinner. But it's been great talking to everyone, and sorry for making you watch me cry. All right. Goodbye, everyone.